Hey GracePointe, we wanted to provide you with a quick informational video to give you a little background and insight on exactly what the Leadership Council does within GracePointe, as well as what the qualifications are to serve and what the election process is each year here within the community. So first, what is the Leadership Council? Quite simply, it is a group of 7 to 11 GracePointe members who primarily oversee the fiscal affairs of the church. In addition to that, they consult with the pastoral staff on the day-to-day affairs and the theological teaching of GracePointe, as well as assisting them in implementing the mission and vision of GracePointe. The Leadership Council also serves as oversight of all of the HR affairs within the community here. The council members are encouraged to be as active as possible within the GracePointe community, and we meet regularly throughout the year, whether that be in person or via email, phone conference, text, that sort of thing. Communication is a constant within the Leadership Council. Each member serves a 3-year term, and those 3 years are rolling terms. So usually you will see a portion of the seats up for election in one particular year, then another 2 or 3 will come open the following year. Again, the idea behind that is really to provide some continuity of information and insight in those affairs, so GracePointe doesn't ever have a situation where the entire board comes on new at one time without any sort of institutional knowledge. 2, what are the qualifications for serving on the Leadership Council? It's really just 2 simple qualifications. 1, we ask that you have been active within the GracePointe community for at least 12 months. And 2, we ask that whoever serves on the council not be an immediate family member or spouse or partner of anyone who's currently serving on the council or anyone who is a GracePointe employee. What's the election process? Again, that's about 5 steps. The main component here is the election of Leadership Council always begins and ends with you, the congregation. So step 1, the makeup of the Leadership Council begins with the formal recommendation from the congregation. So you, the congregation, can recommend via email during the process that typically opens up in the fall of each year of those who you think would be a great fit for serving in the capacity of Leadership Council. Those emails go to the Leadership Council email. It's quite simply lc@gracepointe.net. Step 2, the Leadership Council takes all of those names that have come in from the congregation and goes through somewhat of a vetting process. So the first step of this step 2 is the Leadership Council will reach out to all of those individuals who've been recommended by the congregation first to make sure that they are willing and able to serve on the Leadership Council. For those who respond in the affirmative, a questionnaire is typically sent out to those individuals, seeking some background information, philosophy, activities, prior experiences that might assist them in serving in a Leadership Council position. And those questionnaires are reviewed by the Leadership Council. The third step, once that information comes into the Leadership Council, further due diligence occurs. So further conversations may occur between the council and those individuals who responded to the emails. Questions usually come up, so there's some sort of discussion with those individuals. And the Leadership Council goes through the process of really trying to identify which of those individuals are best suited to fill the needs of GracePointe as the staff and council see the needs being for the upcoming years. Step 4, once those names have come in and the Leadership Council has reviewed them and had those discussions, the Leadership Council officially nominates the number of individuals who are needed for open seats to the congregation. So those individuals are presented to you, again, usually late in the year or very early at the beginning of the next year. And the 5th and final step in that process is you, the congregation, choose to elect those who have been nominated from the recommendations you have made to the church. And that election process takes place during our annual business meeting, which generally takes place towards the end of January or early February. That annual business meeting is aimed to occur before everybody hits spring break season in the first quarter. Once that election process takes place and you, the congregation, vote yes or no on those who've been nominated, for those who have achieved a simple majority in the affirmative, those members take the seat at the next meeting, which usually will occur either in February or March, and their 3-year term will begin. And then we start the process over again that following fall. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the Leadership Council. The email again is lc@gracepointe.net. And if you have any questions for the staff as well, you can find all of their information online. Both the staff and the Leadership Council contact information for all of the individuals can always be found at gracepointe.net under the About Us section. Thank you.